Hey guys, how are you? Hope you all are doing very well. And in our today's discussion, our main context is on the fault in our current education system, or you can say that loopholes in our current education system. So I will put some points one by one in front of you, and I am also requesting you that apart from this, if you also think that this kind of loopholes are existed or faults existed in our current education system and we need to remove it, then please comment your suggestions in our comment box. It will help us a lot, and we will also analyze your comments, and if you will also find it useful, unique and productive, we will forward it with giving credit completely to you. So guys, please put your comments on the faults in our current education system. Now let's start. If I talk to you about the faults in current education system, okay, let's suppose start it from very earliest stage of the education system. Suppose I am asking some students or children which are in very earliest phase of their education, suppose class 1, second, like that why you are going to school. What they will reply in general: to get a good education, isn't it? If I will further put some strain over them and will ask that why you want to get a good education, what they will say: to get a good college, to get a reputed college after our schooling. If I will further ask them that why you want to get a good college after your schooling, what they will say: to get a degree, to get a good degree. If I will ask again after pressurizing that why you want to get a good degree, what they will say: to get a good job. And if I'll ask again that why you want to get a good job, what they will say: to earn the money, isn't it? If the ultimate goal is to earn the money, then why don't we have discussion on money management in our school life, in our college life? Why don't we have group discussions? Why don't we have debates on how to manage your finance, on how to manage your savings, importance of savings, tax plannings, investments, commodities, and like that? Do you have any single discussion in your school life or in your college life over money management as a topic or as a subject, as a part of your syllabus? 99% will say no. So don't you think that if ultimate goal or if the ultimate revolution of our life will revolve around the economics and the finances, then it should be the part of our education system from very earliest stage of life? If you look around the NEP 2020 points, then one important point is there that students according to their interest will learn coding from class 6th. In current level, if we will see, any student if you want to eager to learn the coding, then in generally they are starting to learn code from graduation system, from the first year of their graduation year, if they are not taking computer sciences in their 11th 12th, right? We are excluding that. Then in general, from first year of any education, from graduation, they will start to learn the code. So don't you think that if any student will learn the code from class 6 itself, then at the stage when he or she will come to the class 12 and he will want to choose his further career expectation, then in her or his mind it will be clear that what he or she want to explore further. Every concept will be clear to them, isn't it? So if we can talk on coding, then why can't we talk on money management? Because if ultimate goal is revolving around finances and economics, then it should be part of our syllabus from very earliest stage of our education, from very earliest stage of our education, don't you think? Because at the time, if we will discuss on the money management from very earliest life, on the topic of money management, on the topic of how to manage your taxes, importance of savings, investments, then I am guaranteed you that the most of the students who are taking science or maths generally in after 10th class will go on the commerce or will choose their respective arena respectively according to their interest, because they will able to generate their interest from that stage as well, na. But in current scenario, what happens? A student up to class 12 doesn't have any knowledge on finances, knowledge, economics. I talk in general, they take engineering as well in a random manner. Even though, means what to say, can't express to words, but you all know that they can't have clear their concept regarding their future. They just said, we'll see what will happen, we'll see in future. So the most important topic of life is depending on earning the money, and we don't have even a single discussion, even a single debate in our education life. Okay, I am asking you, did you have any single debate or group discussion or workshop on money management in your school life or college life? Generally 99% will say no, if they are not belonging to some special economic degrees course, right? But generally what people will say, no, we don't have such kind of discussion. And when a person get a job, then in earliest 3 or 4 years he doesn't get a clue that what I am doing with my money, how to manage the taxes, how to manage the taxes, and how to manage the finances, and like that, how to means there should be a discussion or how to pay the bills, importance of savings, investment, commodities, and like that from very earliest stage, because it is very, very important topic. Let me give you an example. If we talk about United States of America, then they have approximate population of 330 million, and out of 330 million peoples, only 330 billionaires are there. Means 1 billionaire per 1 million people. Don't you think that this is huge gap, and we need to fill this gap now? Because if you will see the statistics, then approximately 90% of complete wealth are in the hand of 10% people, and the rest 90% wealth, rest 10% wealth is in the hand of 90% people. Means there is a huge gap, and we can fill this gap by adding such kind of financial awareness, financial literacy topics in our syllabus from very earliest stage. That can help students to choose their interest according to their knowledge and according to their plannings. But in current scenario, a student doesn't have any clue until he or she get forced by some specialized person. So it is, I find that it is very it is one kind of fault, or you can say that loophole in our education system, that it should be discussed from a very earliest stage of the education system. Further, I hope some important points are also there, that such kind of important or the current, or you can say that means some points like correct facts of history should be taught to our students, so though they can't get confusion, or they can't get the wrong facts in their minds. They can develop their perspective, thinking according to them. The language choice should be according to the students. Some religious courses should also be started, like Gita, Mahabharata and Ramayana. It should also be in the compulsion at certain level, so that at least students can understand the Indian culture, and what we talk now, that we need to be in we want to become a Vishwa Guru, so we can achieve that. So how we can achieve that? We also want to attain 5 trillion economy by 2025. We also want to become a Vishwa Guru. So there is a need of huge changes in our education system, and by applying these changes we can get these goals. So I am just requesting you, if you also certain kind of if you also think that we have such kind of faults in our education system, or if you have any kind of cons pro in supposition in opposition, just comment. We'll analyze over that, and if you find this useful, we'll mention it in the document and we'll forward to ahead. So guys, I hope this video will be helpful for you, and I am requesting you to please subscribe our YouTube channel and press the bell icon button, so that you can ahead also you will get such kind of important videos and notifications and updates with us, and we'll get such kind of videos also. Thank you so much guys. Have a very nice day. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, and take care of yourself.